Hey, this is Mike from the Graphic Novel Show. Are you interested in starting and running your own podcast? Well, you know, this is the second one that we've done. We used to do a different one, and we decided to start this one. And last time we used Anchor, and you know what? We decided to go back with Anchor again because they are the easiest way to make a podcast. They give you everything you need in one place for free. You can do it right from your phone or on your computer. Anchor gives you creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds great. You can do that right from your phone. That's quite amazing. They'll also distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere, like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can easily make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Now, what you need to do is go download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hi, I'm Parker.
And I'm Mike. And this is the Graphic Novel Podcast.
Welcome to our new podcast on the art of the graphic novel. Mike is the author of 10 books and produced Comics TV, which was a weekly TV show on comics for 7 years back in the 90s.
Back in the olden days. Together, we produced Northwest Brew Talk about the beer industry in the Northwest for 2 years. Now we're back, and this show is all about graphic novels.
Thanks for joining us this week. How you doing today, Mike?
I'm fine. How about you, Parker?
I'm good.
Good.
Are you fine good or are you fine?
I'm fine. It's after work, before dinner for me, so it's right in that time, 5-hour energy going, so
Yeah.
it's all right. It's good. But looking forward to discussing tonight's book.
Yeah.
This week's book is a good one. But we got some other stuff to talk about. First off,
Yes.
what do we get?
We got some merch for ourselves, not for you.
Well, of course, they can't have it because it's ours.
But we're going to put it up on the site. I bought a sweatshirt.
And I got a baseball shirt with
our logo.
With the Graphic Novel Podcast logo.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it looks
It's soft
awesome.
and comfy. And
I mean,
awesome. As all sweatshirts are when you first buy them.
Yes, they're always very nice.
And then you wash them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it. Have you even tried yours on yet?
No, I will. Because
did I bring it up here? You should try it on.
I think I brought it up, but we're going to put them on. We're going to post a picture.
Yes, we are.
So we'll post a picture on our stuff. But one thing we have neglected to discuss is
what?
Yes, the first show that we're going to be attending. We mentioned it like 3 weeks ago, and then I couldn't remember what the name of it was. And
oh my God, that's terrible! Don't say that.
Well, no, and then I forgot about it.
I know it's so hard to remember everything that we have to talk about.
So I actually have notes tonight. So November 9th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. We're going to be in Seattle at the Short Run Comics and Arts Festival. It is free. So if you're in...
It's free?
It's free. So if you're anywhere in the area,
I didn't realize
that. It's very cool. And we're going to be there. And there's going to be a bunch of people. Mark Bell, Canadian cartoonist, is going to be there. Let's see. Malika Gharib, whose book we are going to be talking about next week. She's going to be there, and a bunch of other people that are going to be there.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, I've read a few things about it. It says that it's a great show. It's just a one day, So
how many years have they been doing this now? Does it say that?
It's been a few years. I forget what. Let me see. There it is. About, I think 2012. I thought.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Just wait. I didn't get there yet.
Oh. Sorry.
I don't know. It's been around for a bit.
I know you're usually so good at just like finding the information. Your eyes are always so good at just whoop, there it is.
Yep.
Today
there it is.
You're buzzing on that 5-hour energy, and it's just not helping you in the right way.
Yeah. Well, here's some things that people are saying.
Oh.
Fiercely independent and that spirit has enabled its exhibitors to demonstrate an ownership that you don't find in other conventions.
Huh.
It felt like a weekend-long celebration. Well, because you know what? The show is one day, but they have like before party, after party. They have talks by several of the artists afterwards
really?
at different locations. So yeah, so it's going to be very cool. So it's possible we might catch the Sunday part of it too.
No, we won't.
Why?
I have an event.
No, I don't. What do you do? Where are you going to go?
I have to celebrate my friend.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I could go without you. But
with the children?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Anyhow, that is November 9th, the Short Run Festival in Seattle. It's going to be cool. You can check it out at shortrun.org. They're on Twitter and the other social media things. And if you guys like our show, what do you need to do?
Which you like our show, right? How could you not?
All right.
Go to Twitter. Go to Facebook. Go to Patreon.
We don't have that up yet.
What?
No, it's not up yet.
Oh, come on. It went live already.
I don't think it's live.
Come on.
No. It's not ready yet, I don't believe. We have a website too, but what we need you to do is go to Apple Podcasts.
To Apple Podcasts and rank us 5 stars. Leave us a comment. We will read it.
Yes.
On the air. We will thank you personally on the air. How cool is that to hear your name?
Yes.
And your comment.
Checking out some of these stats for our show. I mean, we've got people in Pakistan and Sweden and the UK listening to our show, and a bunch of people on the West Coast.
Yeah.
But we would love if you could give us a rating and help.
And share the show. That's another way. You don't even have to help us, becoming a patron or anything. You can, we get it. But sharing us, come on, 1 click. That's all it takes. Share the show.
That's right. All right. And we get a lot of...
Tell your friends.
Yes. We get a lot of previews. We can't discuss them all. And
no, oh my God, I know. They pour in so fast.
Can't read them all. But
there's going to be some kind of dry period that we're going to have to go back and be like, okay, we haven't gotten many this week.
But Titan Comics does a lot of tie-ins with video games and movies and all kinds of stuff. And they produce a lot of graphic novels. And one of them that they're doing is Life is Strange. It was a video game I played on Xbox, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the only thing we have.
Yeah, but it was years ago. We had an Xbox then?
It was last year or early this year.
No, it wasn't early this year. There's no way it was early this year.
Mm-hmm. Then it was last year.
Early this year, you had just started a new job and you were...
yeah, it was last year.
Yeah, no.
Life is Strange. Pretty cool. I was reading it. They got a preview of it. Art is great. And the story's pretty funky.
Yeah.
But it's
full color too.
It's a continuation of what's going on in this. This is part 2 of 4, and I like it. It's cool.
Does it follow the story? Is it a continuation story from the?
It's the characters. I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I think
you don't remember the story.
I don't.
I remember watching you play it, but I don't remember any of the details.
Yeah, yeah. And they do a lot of Titan Comics does. These are coming out like
the art
in
is really
October,
cool. I like that.
November.
It's
and yes,
November.
they do Robotech, Star Wars. They do all kinds of stuff. And they had one other one that I was just reading about, and that was Firefly, which is a very popular cult series.
Yeah.
That really is loved by the polyamorous community.
Yeah.
They're very funky about it because I guess there's polyamorous characters or themes or something in it.
There must be.
We have not watched. But there's a new Firefly book coming out from, I'm pretty sure it's from Titan too.
You kind of had this weird look on your face when, like, I don't know, the sound of your voice was just kind of, just because you don't get it, I guess. I never understand those, like, cult following of TV shows and bands.
Well, I mean, the cult following, that's like... I
can't wait to hear what comes out of your mouth next.
Family Guy. That show would have never been a huge hit if it hadn't been for the fans that loved it the one season it was on and just like pushed and pushed and pushed.
Is that one of the ones that was like almost done?
It
like
was
they were
done.
going to
It was
cancel.
one
They canceled
season.
it. Really?
Yeah, that was it.
I didn't know that.
Now everybody knows it because it's been on for
Oh my god, it's
for
been on
years.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Those adult animation shows just go forever.
Yeah.
Because the characters don't age.
They don't age exactly. Okay, here I found what it is. It's not from Titan Comics. I don't know who the heck it's from. But it's from it's called Firefly the Sting. And it's from Boom Studios. And it's the first Firefly original graphic novel that sends the women of Firefly on the ultimate heist. It arrives in stores November 2019.
Wow.
So yeah, so if you like that,
I'm sure that'll
like that stuff,
go quick.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right. So
this week.
Yeah, this week. What do we?
Look,
doing?
I got it right. I said this week.
Oh yeah, not this month.
Even though it feels like a long time since we recorded an episode.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean it was just last week, but it feels like forever.
Mm.
It doesn't feel that way to you?
Yeah, sometimes it does.
I meant this week specifically, but that's fine. We read Get Over It by Mary Shyne.
And before we discuss anything else, I'd like to apologize to Mary because after I read it, I did a little cryptic tweet, said that I'd read it, and
did you sign your name to it?
No, so she didn't.
I see. I told
so
you.
She doesn't
you gotta
know
sign your name.
whose it was. So
yeah, at least put
blame
M
it.
after
It was
it.
Parker. Parker did it.
No, wasn't me.
Anyhow,
because I always sign my name.
It was a cryptic tweak, so she
if it's personalized kind of thing.
She wasn't sure if she should be nervous or excited.
She still doesn't know.
She doesn't know, but she's going to know after she hears this. And when we tweet about the show too. But why don't you tell us about it?
Okay.
What's the book about?
Leslie got more than a lousy tip on her last delivery. She stumbled onto an experimental lab that makes grappling with your inner demons into an actual fight. Reluctantly, Leslie finds herself recruited by the lab to track down an inner demon spawning other inner demons. But even in the city famed for its neuroses, Leslie might not need to leave the block to find the mental monster.
Wow. And this, how did she develop this? She developed this through her Patreon.
What?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
You know how she did that? She made her Patreon live.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it is. I don't know. I have to check. But anyhow, I mean, she did this through her Patreon. And she got cool. She
just had the 3. We talked about that. The 3 levels like we do, or we're going to have.
Yeah, $1, $3, $5,
which is really cool. I mean, I really love the way that.
But okay, so she that's how she was able to put this together, and you know, because obviously it was a love of hers that she wanted to do. But Mary Shyne, let's tell a little bit about her.
Go for it.
She is a staff artist at the Charles Schultz Creative Associates in Santa Rosa, California. Which is pretty cool. Sounds like she draws Snoopy for a living.
Cool.
I wonder if she draws like Lucy grabbing the football from Charlie.
Maybe.
Before that, she was an editorial intern at the Nib, where she wrote and drew weekly comics, based off letters to the editor. That sounds like a cool thing.
Yeah.
Like on the one Trump podcast that I've listened to, they do the tweets.
Don't say that name.
They do the tweets, and they have a character read his tweets from the week, like him. In his voice, and they sound even better than
that. Has to take forever.
But she's done some other stuff too. She's been around for a few years. She worked for We Bike New York City, organized and led bike rides across all 5 boroughs. So that's pretty cool. So
very cool.
So this book, having that bicycle messenger delivery person theme, you know, you understand how it all fits together.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It is very cool.
But the book had, you know, after we read it, it had multiple themes. There's the bike messenger delivery aspect of it. There was divorce. There was the parent trying to hold their child back.
Yeah.
And there's the inner demon aspect of it, which was how it all ties together. And it's pretty cool. I mean,
I just want to start with saying that I love the art.
The art is
just
great.
The art on its own. I loved it. It was so cool. It's just black and white, except for the
the demons. For the
Demon.
most
I mean, it's
part.
not. They aren't demons. They're miasma.
Oh, and what is miasma?
Okay, so I just did, quick Google and pulled up sciencemuseum.org.uk.
Interesting.
In miasma theory, diseases were caused by the presence in the air of a miasma, a poisonous vapor in which were suspended in particles of decaying matter that was characterized by its foul smell. The theory originated in the Middle Ages and endured for several centuries. That a killer disease like malaria is so named from the Italian mala, bad, and air is evidence of its suspected miasmic origins.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and these aren't, the miasma is the only color. Which when I first started reading I kind of struggled to like see everything. And I think it's just the way that my brain kind of functions. Like I can't separate things out the way other people do. I don't know. Did you find that too? That it was like hard to know. You didn't really...
I didn't like stare at all the miasma stuff. I kind of like just glanced over the whole picture of it. So I didn't like focus in on it, I guess.
Did you follow the fight scenes?
Oh, the fight scenes were crazy.
Yes.
But the book starts out with the main character, Lee or Lay. I think it's Lee. L-E-I.
Leslie.
Yeah,
it's probably Lee.
Oh, probably. So it's Lee. Leslie. She's delivering food from her father's restaurant. And the person doesn't give her a tip. So she's pissed and she takes their cat. And that's how the book starts. And it's pretty cool. And I get that because you know what? I was a bike messenger for 7 years. And when we first started, we delivered food for a sushi place. That was one of the places that helped get us a few bucks when we were first starting. And the way we did it was we made a deal with them because they wanted free delivery. And I'm like, well, that's fine. We'll do free delivery, but I'm not doing it for free for you. So it was like I had to count how many deliveries we made each month and then build them. I don't remember how much, $3 a delivery or some crap like that. And $2 or $3. It wasn't much.
Did people ever tip you?
Not much. So
really, they were getting free delivery and they didn't often tip you?
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. I understand, especially if...
But you never stole any cats. Do you have any stories like that?
No, I didn't.
Did you steal a cat or?
No, I never stole a cat.
Do a ding dong ditch or
ding
later
ditch.
to go back? You ring the bell.
Oh, ding dong.
Away.
No, never did that.
Did you leave poop on the flaming bag of poop or something?
No, I didn't do that. No.
I mean, I didn't think that, but I said ding dong ditch, and you're like, let me think about that for a minute.
I didn't know what that was. I had to figure out what the ding dong ditch was. But yeah, we only did that for the first summer, and then I don't remember. One of us quit. Either they quit us or we quit them. I don't remember. But our business picked up, and we didn't need that anymore. And then we didn't deliver food anymore either. But which is weird. If you are a human being and you see somebody carrying a messenger bag, which is sideways.
If you're a human being.
And you see a messenger bag sideways, the way you would normally carry it, like on your side or on your back, would you think that there would be a pizza lying flat in there?
Well, messenger bags weren't nearly as popular back then.
It doesn't matter. And it always struck me when I'd go into an elevator after somebody had been in there making a delivery, and they'd smell food and they'd, oh, you got a pizza in there? Oh, yeah, I got a fucking pizza on its side, so it's all squished down in one side of the box, right? Are you an idiot?
Well, maybe
that's what I wanted to say. Because you know what? I don't know how many times I heard that. Even when there wasn't a smell, people just, oh, you got a pizza in there? Did anybody ever say that to you?
No, never.
Oh, man, it must have been only me.
It must have been. Maybe you just had this...
look like a pizza delivery person?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my messenger bag was red and blue, which is kind of dumb, although there weren't really Domino's in Buffalo so much.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing I could think of is that your bag kind of looked like a pizza, the bags that they carry, but not when it's on its side.
Yes. I'm like, if I was carrying it in front of me with both arms outstretched and it laying on my arms, then I could see somebody
Maybe
wondering.
they've gotten a lot of fucked up pizza from delivery guys. People.
Well, then they're stupid
I shouldn't have said that. Delivery people. I mean, I agree. I wouldn't want pizza to be.
Guys is just a general term.
It's not, though.
Okay. It's just general.
It's not
just about men.
Listen, I am telling you from my experience, guys is not a general term. So if your goal is to be neutral, then don't use the term guys because it's not neutral.
So anyhow,
I just had this discussion with a friend who is a server, and she asked, is it neutral to walk up to a table and be, hey guys, what can I get you tonight? And I'm like, no. Most cis people would probably be okay with you doing it, but that's not neutral. Try folks or how's everyone doing tonight? Don't use gendered language if your goal is to be neutral.
I know. I say folks. It sounds like a weird old thing, but I've used it before.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how the story starts.
Off of our rant there.
That's how the story starts. She steals this cat, and then the cat, she's like buzzing through traffic. And the cat's like got this cat's on the front of her bike, like going screaming.
I love the cat.
The cat pictures, and the artwork is great.
Yes,
her artwork is great,
and the miasmas too. I love the way she draws them all.
Her artwork is fantastic. I loved it, and I love the story too. I love the story, and how we got this was we were following her on Twitter. We just randomly are following people, and I saw that she had released the book and it was available. So I'm like, what the heck? And I went and ordered it and got it. And she sent it out. And like, from the time I ordered to the time I got it was like a week. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And, but so the cat jumps off the bike when she goes to make this delivery at the university and runs away. So she's like, oh crap, I got to go get this cat. And that's how it starts. She ends up stumbling across this, experiment that's going on with these miasmas.
Yeah. So you put on a bracelet and essentially, right? You put on the bracelet and it like shows your miasma and it like you go through these tough memories that you would typically sit down and talk to a therapist about and work it out. But instead you are physically fighting your miasma.
And your miasma is like
this
behind
monster.
You can see it. Yes, it's like this crazy monster.
Oh, but she has always been able to see them. That's right. She's always been able to see other people's. She's never seen her own. She doesn't have one or something. She doesn't have one, right? Or she's never seen hers.
That's something for people to find out because that's part of the story, I think. Anyhow, so she can always see them, and she's never told anybody because she thought she was just crazy.
She thought she would look nuts. So the whole experiment is that they're trying to figure out a way for people. I mean, basically it's overriding psychologists, I guess. You don't have to go sit on a couch and talk to anybody. You can just physically fight your miasma and, overcome your shit.
Somebody else has to fight it though for you, don't they? Because you can't wear the bracelet and the glove.
No, that's not the point though. I mean, I know she did fight her dad's.
She fought more than one.
Yeah, she did. Her dad's and the other, I can't remember names. Yeah. Her dad's and the student, the other student.
Right.
I wish I could remember names. But anyway.
Yeah, but so these miasmas are orange in the book. The book is black and white. And so
it's so cool.
And they're behind you and they look
above
like
you and floating.
Behind you. And they're just crazy monster looking things. And it's very cool. And they stand out right away. And she, when she's walking down the street, she can just see everybody's miasmas, which sometimes they're just happy little, things floating over people. But when people are having problems is when, their inner demons are building and this thing is getting bigger and bigger. And this experiment that the university is doing is trying to get it so you can allow your demon, which is hidden to most people, to come alive into the real world. And then you fight it and you basically kill your demons. So it's pretty cool. But there's some other underlying stories in there too. It's not just about that. It's about her dad who has a problem because she doesn't want to be a bike messenger delivering food for him.
Oh, that's right. I remember this now.
Mm-hmm.
it's for psychologists. The psychologist helps you fight them.
Right. So that's I told
So
you, I knew
yes,
somebody else was
there.
supposed to do it.
That's right.
Okay. So it's supposed to be the
That's why I don't
psychologist,
understand why
right.
she would be doing it all by herself.
Who?
The student.
Oh, she wasn't supposed to
I
be.
can't remember her name.
She wasn't supposed to be doing
That's what
it.
I'm looking for.
Cassie, was it?
That doesn't sound right, but it could be.
It could be another book. I'm just confusing things.
I know. I feel like.
But
anyhow, go ahead. Keep going.
No, so you've got the dad who's running this restaurant, gets mad at his daughter who doesn't want to go make these deliveries because people don't leave her tips. And then she's stealing things like cats. And then you find out later on that he also, every time he looks at her, he thinks of his ex-wife. And it makes him angry because she looks just like his ex-wife.
Yeah, which that's not something, I mean, it's something we've heard before, right?
Well,
it's not odd.
No, it happens in real life all the time. People, you know, they look at their kids and they're disgusted by them because it reminds them of their ex or the parent.
Yeah.
We can read some.
No, I'm trying to find her name. I can't
okay.
find it.
But I mean, also with that, the father is holding the daughter back. He doesn't want her to leave. He wants her to just stay there and be basically his slave doing his deliveries.
Well, not slave, but to work the restaurant.
Yes, and that's not what she wants to do.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a typical parent thing, I feel like, though. But especially when you are running a business. You hope that your children would want to take it over, but it so often happens that it doesn't because they're their own people with their own lives and they have their own dreams.
But the thing is that her dad, what's the word? Can't think of the word. But he's angry that his ex-wife, who at one point they were very happy, she went to school and got a degree and became quote unquote better than him. And
Hazel, her name's Hazel.
That's the girl's name.
I know that doesn't sound right, but that's the boyfriend says Hazel.
Oh, okay. So. Yeah, so the father is angry because he doesn't want his daughter to go to college. Oh, you're going to go to college and you're going to be better than me, and
yep.
So, and I never had that. I was never told not to go to college. I was the only one in my family that did.
That went to college.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was never told that. But I was held back.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we've discussed this before. Not on air. But yeah, at one point when I was in my early 20s, I seriously considered, for whatever reason, I don't know why, I didn't want to go into the military itself. I wasn't into the whole battlefield thing. So I thought about going into the Air Force Reserves. And not because I loved planes either, but it seemed like the least chance of getting killed, I think. And it was more technical. And I thought about doing that pretty seriously. And in the back of my head, I could hear my mother. Even though she never told me not to. I could hear my mother saying that I had to stay close. I couldn't leave because I had to go away for 3 months or 6 months for basic training. So, I mean, I never even met with a recruiter, but it was.
Was it because your friend was in the Army?
Had nothing to do with that.
Okay. I was just wondering where you got that idea from. Because, I mean, a lot of times I feel like it's a family thing, but neither of your parents, grandparent, was your grandfather military?
My father served during the Korean War.
Oh my God. Yes. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah. He served in Germany during the Korean War, which is weird. He was I don't know what he did. I don't remember. But the point of my story.
But it was before you. I mean, you didn't grow up like.
No, there was no
an
big
army
military
rat.
thing. No, there was no big military push in our house or anything.
No, not at all.
But I was always told. I was always told. I don't know. I was always told for years, just these little things, just little from the time I was little, just. Can't leave. You can't leave. You can't leave. You can't leave. They were just little things that.
But that doesn't surprise me either, based on the role that you were given when your sperm donor left.
and that might be why. But as an adult in my 40s, when I told my mother that basically she had suppressed me by filling my head with this to the point where I felt subconsciously that I could never leave Buffalo. She just laughed it off like, "Oh, I held you back. Like I forced you to stay here." I'm like, "No, you didn't force me.
Yeah.
It was a psychological thing."
Yeah.
And she doesn't fucking get it. She still doesn't get it. So it was, that was one of the things when we discussed leaving Buffalo. It was those things. That was like another thing. It's like I can cut that string now.
Yeah.
I can go. Goodbye. Yeah. But yes, I get that. I understand the parent holding the child back, and it's tough.
I never had that feeling. My parents always encouraged us to go to school. I remember my mom when I got older and said I was leaving, like saying, I don't know. I feel like she probably said that she would miss me or something, but I never felt like I couldn't. I never felt like I couldn't go somewhere that I would be disappointing them if I left or anything.
Yeah. Well,
clearly
you did leave.
I left.
You did.
But then, but I've just recently found out that my parents thought that I was leaving to get away from them, which was not the truth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't think you told me that.
I didn't. Oh, well, it was this summer or the summer before that. Because I told them that my therapist had said I had PTSD, and my dad said something about not being surprised, because of all the deaths. There were just a lot of death around me when I was little. Not anybody super close. I mean, the people close to the family, obviously, but like my kindergarten teacher died, and my uncle and my neighbor, and it wasn't. Like my parents didn't die, and I didn't have siblings that died, but and my grandfather, I guess, when I was a kid too.
Yeah, but you see, I don't know. That's weird because I remember going to a ton of funerals.
But were they funerals for people that you knew?
Yeah. Both my grandparents, friends' parents.
How old were you, though? You were like a teenager before your grandparents died.
Yes, but growing up, I remember going to funerals, all the way from 10 years old. And
you just weren't affected by it.
It's fucking weird, that's all. It's just weird.
What's weird? Death?
Going to the funeral parlor. And you go to the funeral parlor and there's the person laying there in the coffin, and you're supposed to go and you're supposed to pay your respects to them. And
I always thought it was weird how people touch the dead.
Yeah, I'm not a big dead toucher.
I've never, and maybe it's because like my parents didn't.
My aunt.
My mom was always very weirded out by anything medicinal. My mom used to. My grandfather lived in a nursing home, the old soldiers' home, and like just walking in there, it took a lot out of her because she just couldn't stand the smell. We'd go into hospitals and she'd nearly pass out from the smell of it. And she still isn't overly comfortable, but she, gets through it. She's super strong. And I think that that's kind of part of it too. Maybe she has some kind of past trauma that we don't even know about.
Well, my Aunt Gina.
Does she touch?
No, she got in the fucking coffin. She tried to climb in the coffin with her husband. Now, let's see. I was probably 10, 9, 8.
Oh, my God.
It was early 70s, so I was probably under 10. But yeah, she was a freak. Screaming, and this was this whole big family thing. There was this whole mess. But anyhow,
wow.
She was, yeah. One of my mother's older siblings.
It's funny because I think like death, like in other, I this is silly, but I watched this video about these mourning women. God, I wish I could remember the country, but they just howled and just grieved and didn't hold back. And
Yeah.
it's like, part of me is like, that's so
Yeah.
strange that your aunt was doing that. And
But
then at the
trying to
same
get it
time, it's like,
out.
she was grieving. She lost her husband. Like,
Yeah.
why do we think that that's strange that somebody would be emotional?
Yeah, climbing in the coffin seems a bit extreme. I mean, what movie was it?
I don't know. What
Where
movie was it?
the coffin,
that broke.
the guy.
Four Weddings
falls-
and a Funeral
yeah,
or
Four
something?
Weddings and Funerals,
Was it
that
it? I don't
The
know.
guy's trying to do the. No, it wasn't Four Weddings. Death at a Funeral.
Death at a Funeral. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Where the writer brother is supposed to give the eulogy, but he can't think of anything to write
Right.
or anything to say, and the coffin falls over and
Right.
all this stuff. Yeah.
Well, they hid a body in it,
Oh,
so
yeah,
it
yeah.
had extra weight.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, it's just one of those things that just sticks out in my head. That
I think
and
that
we
it had something like that happen in my life, I would have thought it was strange. Well, okay, so
see, I don't remember it myself,
Uh-huh.
but I've heard about it enough that I know that it happened.
Oh, you don't remember it, but you were 9
Nah.
or 10?
Yeah, I was probably a little younger than that. That's why I think it was early 70s.
Oh, okay.
Puts me under 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
You don't really remember much of your childhood.
nah. But
Gotta block that shit out.
yeah, yeah, therapy would probably ruin me.
No, I don't think that's true.
I don't know. But so yeah, so going to funerals, it just seemed like a normal thing. Then going to, let's talk about that same family there. The same family, Gina's daughter, who died?
Gina.
Oh, Gina herself, she died. Yeah.
I was at that funeral.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
not the funeral. We went to the
Oh yeah, she died. So
what do you call it?
Her daughter's the wake.
Catholics? The wake.
The
right.
wake. So we go to the wake, and her daughter's husband comes up to me and says, "Hey, will you be a pallbearer?
Oh God, yeah.
Will you be a pallbearer tomorrow at the funeral?" And I'm like, I can't stand this fucking woman.
And you were sick too.
I hated this one. Oh yes, I was sick. I'm like, I can't stand this woman. But he asked me, so I'm like, sure, I'll do that.
Yeah.
So the next day, I wasn't feeling good. We show up. He doesn't even fucking.
I had to work. You went alone.
Yeah,
because you were a pallbearer.
Doesn't even fucking acknowledge that I'm there. Doesn't ask me to be a pallbearer. So I looked at my mother and I said, I'm leaving. And I fucking left the funeral because I didn't like the woman to begin with. And then why the fuck did he ask me if he didn't really want me to do it? It's like,
you were the backup.
Yeah, well, fuck that. You should have told me I'm a backup. If I need you, I'll call you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and it's.
That family is.
Yeah.
Your family is so weird.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Yes.
So Mary Shyne's book, Get Over It. So.
Yeah, let's get back on topic.
It's got all.
Wait, there was something I wanted to talk about.
About what?
I don't remember now.
But these inner demons, what happens
Your
is.
mother, dead bodies. Your dad died at home. And you.
Well, yes.
He was sick. That we had.
Right.
Hospice was in there,
Mhm.
but he died at home.
Yes.
And
oh yeah. Yes, and she called us all to come.
She called us. I was very pregnant, very near my due date.
Mm-hmm.
And you were at work, and so I called you and had you come home. But in the meantime, because I was only 2 minutes away from the house, your sister and brother-in-law came and picked me up and took me over to the house, and everybody was just sitting.
And Dad was
standing.
still laying in the bed, dead. She hadn't called the funeral home or anything yet.
I know. I told her to call because that's what hospice said. Call us first, and then call blah blah blah. She hadn't called anybody.
No, she wanted everybody to come and see the dead body first.
And she was like, they're all touching him, and like trying to get like. And for the most part, I am like, I try very hard to just please people. So I will. I will try to do what people tell me to do, even if I'm not 100% comfortable. I was not going to touch your dad. Like I didn't have much physical contact with him when he was alive. I certainly was not touching his body when he was dead. But your mom was like wrapping her hands around his neck and like, oh, he's still warm back here. And it's like,
wasn't she like petting his hair? Or something?
Yes. And it was, I don't know. Like, and maybe it helped her. I mean, I don't know how much it helped her grieve because she obviously went through shit afterwards, but it was just like I couldn't be even in the room. I couldn't be in the room and watch everybody touching him and petting him, and it's like he's dead.
I know, it's weird.
It was the strangest thing.
But so in the book, the story like kind of comes to an head with Leslie's father. Leslie finding out all these things about her father and his demons, him thinking that she wants to go away to school and all this stuff. His demons just getting bigger and bigger and bigger until did she put the bracelet on him or did he put it on?
I think she snapped it on
She
him.
snapped it on him while they were driving, and all of a sudden his demons came to life, and then they started attacking everything, and she had to
attacking her
because it was him mad at her, so his demons were mad at her.
Yeah.
So she ends up fighting this demon and stuff, and it's a cool story, and
It's really cool.
I loved it. I loved the whole thing.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, the storyline, the bicycling. I loved all that stuff.
And that is so Bicycle Messenger thing too, to just whir through the street and just like, well, whatever.
Yeah, but it was great, and highly recommend you check it out. You can go Mary Shyne, Shyne. You find her on Patreon. She's got a website, maryshyne.com. She's on Twitter, but definitely look for it. It's a fun little book. It was only $10, and it was great. I mean, I loved.
I love that the characters weren't like just typical people. You know what I mean?
Well, what's typical people?
Well, like Leslie's got the funky haircut, and she doesn't, present, and she's more tomboy or androgynous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's great. I mean, again, the story is very cool. Little sci-fi.
In fact, for a while, I had to look carefully for pronouns.
Oh yeah,
they use, because Leslie is a gender neutral name.
Oh,
so she could have been she,
yeah.
he, they, any.
Yeah.
But then I found she, so I knew.
You knew. But yeah.
Then you knew.
Yeah, I think at one point was it in this book? It might have been in this book that I think I missed what her name was at the beginning. And partway through the book, I'm like, wait, is this a boy or a girl? I wasn't sure if it was male or female.
Or neither.
Or neither, I guess. So
you don't have to roll your eyes.
Anyhow, great book. You liked it?
I loved it.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the eye roll again?
There is no eye roll.
You just did it again.
I'm not rolling my eyes.
You're not?
No.
Oh, that's so weird. You should probably get to the doctor.
I probably should. There's probably something wrong with that. Hey, and you should get your flu shot. Parker got theirs the other day. Got mine at work today. Get your flu shot.
Yes, get your flu shot. Keep yourself healthy and the people around you healthy.
Yeah.
It's very, very important.
I deal with the public on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I need my flu shot.
I'm surprised I didn't have it sooner at work.
I think this is when it starts to. I mean, it's October. September, October is when it starts to. Starts to come around.
It's only October. I feel like it's November because we keep talking about November things.
Yep.
That was the other thing I was going to ask you. How busy was it at the flu shot clinic at work?
Oh, there was just a couple. They 4 times. They're in 2 locations today and then 2 locations next week. So.
Oh, they have 2 locations too?
Because there's 2 buildings.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah. So there's 2 buildings and they're in 2 different locations.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully more. I mean, I saw 2 people.
Yeah.
So hopefully more people. But if they don't, they're just stupid because I'll have mine and I won't have. But then again, one of my coworkers got theirs a couple weeks ago at the drugstore. So other people may have done that too. Just walking through the drugstore, it's like, oh, I could grab my flu shot.
Yeah, I got mine done at a drugstore that, not a drugstore, at a pharmacy, and I was not happy with the pain that I incurred. I take shots really easily. I got tattoos. I have piercings. It's not that big of a deal. But my arm was in so much pain. I had a big red welt, and yeah, look, you can't even tell you had a shot.
No, nothing.
So,
good.
I mean, I don't know. It felt like she went very slow.
Well, it was slow too because you had told me that too. And he put the needle in, and I'm like waiting for him to pull it out. And he's like, but it didn't hurt. He did it really good.
Yeah, but so what's the difference? And
I don't know.
I know my brother was saying that if you don't move your arm enough, but I feel like I'm always moving my arm. Like I have children that I'm picking up and moving and doing stuff, and it was just like I immediately. I mean, I got in the car and drove. You know, my arms. Right. I don't know. Whatever.
Yep. All right.
Wait, is there anything else that we need to plug? We need to remember the things.
Well, I wrote everything down. Short Run Festival in Seattle, November 9th. So check it out.
And it's free.
It's free. Yeah. I mean,
that's
you
cool.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that.
I mean, we're trying to get passes to get into the Emerald City Comic Con next year. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
If not, we won't go. It costs too much money to get
There's
in.
a lot of people. It's so hard for me to handle. I know.
This is a sellout place. This is a big.
Yeah. Comic Cons are so cool though. I'd love to see the people dressed up, and we don't do any of that dressing up stuff, but
one of the kids did.
Yes.
When we went to Bellingham a couple years
ago. Did they do Ray or not Ray?
No. They dressed as one of the Star Wars characters.
Yes. Which one?
I don't remember.
Kylo Ren.
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay. Both of our kids want to be Star Wars characters this year.
Both of them do?
Yes. And I was like, oh my God, what can I be?
Again?
Yeah. We were Power Rangers last year, remember?
Oh, yes. All right. Next week, we've got multiple great books coming. We've got I Was There, American Dream.
Yes, that's next week. Can't wait.
Laura Dean is
breaking up with me. Keeps breaking up with me. Yep.
And there's another one I'm reading right now, Losing the Girl. So we've got some great books. Great books coming over the next couple of weeks. So check them out.
Make sure to come back. Make sure to share this podcast.
Yes, and
share. Rank us 5 stars.
Thank you
Do
very
all
much.
the things.
Yes.
And thanks for listening.
We appreciate
you.
We appreciate you. Until next time, my name is Mike.
And I'm Parker.
And this is the Graphic Novel Podcast.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoy listening to our podcast, make sure that you like, share, give us a great rating. We love to hear back. You can find us on Twitter at Graphic Novel Pod, or you can check out our Instagram at Graphic Novel Podcast.
Or you can visit our website. We got a brand new website. It is graphicnovelpodcast.com. Or you can send us a comment or question or any kind of thing like that.
Yeah, we love hearing from our listeners.
Request for a book to be reviewed or anything like that to graphicnovelpodcast@gmail.com. And biggest thing, if you're listening to the podcast and you like it, visit your favorite podcast distribution host like iTunes or whatever, and give us a review. Give us Stitcher, Breaker, all them, and give us a review and stars, because that's.
Hey, if you give us 5 stars in a review, we may read it on there.
Yes, we will definitely, and that will help us expand the number of people listening to our show.
That's the best way that we can share our show is by our listeners.
That's right. So thanks for listening again this week.